Hi there, Johnny here from johnnylichmondstudios.co.uk. So today we're going to take a look at the updated studio for this year. I did a studio tour, I think June last year, and in the nearly 12 months since, we've acquired a couple of new pieces of gear, plus I've reorientated things around in the studio a bit more, A, to create a bit more floor space, and B, I needed some better angles for some future videos that I'm going to be shooting. I'm going to be shooting a couple of pretty long video series, which I can't tell you about just yet. But that's all to come and to look forward to. And in the meantime, enjoy this short little tour, and I'll speak to you later. Bye. Okay, so I have to make this quick because I'm running out of battery on this camera. So just take you around what I've done to the studio. Here are the keyboards. They're over on the other side of the studio. So the bottom there, the big red one, is the Klaviyo Nord Stage 88, which I've had since 2006, which is an absolute beast, and it sounds beautiful, and I love it. And on top there, we have a 21-year-old Yamaha QS300, which is like a workstation synth type deal, and it was pretty much the latest thing when I bought it. And these days it just serves as a MIDI controller keyboard, and it needs farmed out to retirement, to be honest. Acoustic treatment on the walls. I'm moving across to the other side of the room. I have a couple of things here which you may or may not have seen before in the studio. There's my H bass amp, which I've had for a couple of years now, which is fantastic. It mostly lives in here, but occasionally it goes out on gigs when I'm not using somebody else's rig. And on the top there, in this long case here, this is my Suzuki Melodica, which I have out at the moment because I'm using, I'm actually tracking some Melodica parts at the moment. And at the top there, this is my latest little acquisition. It's a little practice bass amp, which I'm using for teaching, actually, so that I can run through this little one, and then my student can run through the bigger H one underneath, which is really, really handy. It means I'm not having to plug one bass into my interface and have Studio One running. But that's okay. Boxes. I always keep boxes for new gear when I get it. And up over here, in this red case here, this is my Sans clariphone. If you don't know what a clariphone is, it's a cross between a clarinet and a saxophone. The fingering is a little bit weird, but it sounds absolutely gorgeous. Again, I have that out because I like to play it. And underneath that is my Buffet clarinet, and underneath that is my wife's alto sax. The guitar in the case here, that is an Ibanez AGR 70 semi-hollow body electric guitar, which I absolutely adore. I'm not really that good a guitar player, but I love playing that. And there's my cup of tea. And on to the new acquisitions. So what we have here is the PreSonus fader port, which I absolutely love using. It's made my life mixing and recording so much easier. And it just integrates absolutely flawlessly with Studio One, which is my DAW, which I have used now since November last year. So November 2014, I started using Studio One, having used Cubase for many, many years before that. And then before that, I used Steinberg's Pro 24. We're talking way back in the 1980s that I used that. But as I say, now I use Studio One, and I absolutely love Studio One. It is so easy to record and to mix and then to master. It's brilliant. I love it. Underneath that is the PreSonus Audio Box USB, which I use in a variety of ways. At the moment, it's being used at the moment for screen capture, but shortly it's actually going to become the main USB interface. And just over there is at the moment the main interface, which is the Alesis IO2 Express, which I've had for a few years, since about 2011. And it's good. It does the job. It really just basically does most of the things I need it to do. But I really am loving the audio box from PreSonus, so I'm going to switch these around over the course of this week. And there are my my KRK Rockets, the 5-inch ones. I love those. They're great. They're perfect for the room, which, as you can see, is tiny, not very big at all. There's the door, and literally you're probably about a cat's throwing length from the seat to the door. Cat's throwing length. Don't know where I got that from. Sorry about that, all you cat lovers. And now we're back to the back of the room, and in those cases there are my two gigging basses. The one in the black case, this one at the front, is my fretless bass from Vintage. It's the VJ96, which I love and adore, and I play absolutely all the time. And underneath that, in this blue case, which you can't really see very clearly, is my Squier Jazz bass, fretted, which is great for slapping. Anyway, so there we go. The updated studio tour. Everything is flipside at the moment. Oh, and I forgot to mention my Behringer C1 mic, which is the condenser mic there, which I'm using for doing some narration at the moment, which is why it's at that weird angle. Okay, so there we have it. The Johnny Lipson Studios updated tour 2015. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that short tour of the studio. There's a lot of stuff that is coming up, as I mentioned earlier, that's really rather exciting. I can't tell you anything about it yet, but rest assured, I will be making some announcement videos a little bit closer to the time. In the meantime, please hit the subscribe button down there on the YouTube channel, and please like the video, the Facebook page, and also go and take a look at our website, www.johnnylipsonstudios.co.uk, where you can find out all the kind of stuff that I get up to in this nice little small cozy studio. And on the portfolio page there's some examples of work that has been done in the studio. Okay, in the meantime, take care. Bye for now.